welcome to Day One Patch Podcast, episode 221.
Great, Matt. See that waveform right there? That's you.
Yeah,
that's you. You
that
did
was the
that.
intention. I was watching it as I was doing it.
Okay.
So we have a big conversation, just dies
Yeah,
immediately, and then just fucking... Come on now.
Top stories for this week. Not too many. It's only a few. Capcom is okay with lower sales if reviews are better, which is an odd thing to hear from a company. Microsoft joins Movies Anywhere, and they're syncing their Xbox purchases with the service. Movies Anywhere, for anyone who doesn't know, is a Disney, I think, made thingy.
It's a Disney.
A Disney-made thingy, for anyone who
It's a
doesn't know.
Disney-made service.
It's a Disney-made service, so you can link all your purchases, so you have all your movies everywhere.
I feel like they need a different name though,
Movies everywhere?
because it's eventually going to expand. It's not going to be just movies. Like they're going to do shows and
Movies anywhere. You're right, though. I do find like they do kind of pigeonhole themselves into one thing.
yeah.
You know, like when iTunes came out, it was just music, but now it's like movies, TV shows, and everything. And iTunes doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, and the original icon for iTunes was like a disc. It was like a CD. That was the original icon for iTunes.
It still is.
No, it's not. It's just a circle.
Oh, they got rid of the actual disc.
yeah, the actual optical disc is gone.
Those days are gone.
Right.
Man, those things dropped off the face of the planet, like suddenly,
What,
too.
CDs?
CDs, yeah. I just went to the store one day, and I was like, I don't know where the hell to buy CDs.
You can still get them at Sunrise.
No, I mean, like,
Yeah,
like
so
blank
Sunrise
CDs.
Records.
Like, no one...
Oh, blank CDs.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
blank
about.
CDs, yes, those are tough.
That's weird, though.
Yes.
Find
It
a
was like
private,
overnight. It was like, whoa, they're just gone.
Find like a private drugstore somewhere, and they'll have a couple stacks.
I
of-
have a 300 in the house.
We still carry them at Canadian Tire. We still order them.
There you go.
Jesus.
Do you still order them? Like they're still
They're
coming
an
in?
active product. If they sell out, we replace them.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they're
fair
expensive
enough.
as hell, but
Are people just using those backups now? Then I guess.
CDs and DVDs, yeah. The plus CDs and the plus DVDs we've discontinued, but we still carry the minus DVDs. And
How much can
minus.
fit on a DVD, like standard DVD? What was it?
Standard
4.8.
DVD is 4.4, dual layers 8.8.
Gigs?
Yeah.
I wonder what the cost is compared to like a hard drive. How much would you say it's like for the stack of like 50?
A stack of 50. Like I can tell you what they are, like how much they are to buy.
Okay, yeah.
I'd have to go see and how much we buy for them. But like it's $29.99 for a stack of 50.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too
They
bad.
probably cost pennies to fucking produce.
Yeah, they
Maybe.
just
They don't mass produce them probably anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
but
they probably just
there's
do, like,
still
one
lots of-
run.
Like CDs are still widely used.
And DVDs still come
Yeah.
out every
I would
day.
say
the
widely
same fucking
used, but
assembly
no
line.
longer
Just-
en masse. Widely used, but no longer en masse.
Yes, but I think they're still used enough that it doesn't affect the cost for.
I suppose.
It's funny, they're trying to push digital sales now. Because like movies come out like 2 weeks before the Blu-ray on digital. So they're really trying to push the digital sales.
I can't wait for a company to pull a fast one and shut down, and then just with the money that they had left, start a new company and be like, we have new movies for sale, and just like try to sell everybody on new movies.
That's not going to happen. They're CRTC and FCC are going to step in and not let that happen.
But they would let it shut down.
They'll let it shut down, but like they're not. Those purchases will be protected. Like they're not going to when that first major incident, when Steam finally shuts down or iTunes shuts down and those purchases are locked out. Trust me, there's going to be some sort of intercepting body to like say, no, you can't. This is not going to happen.
That'd be interesting though, because what if it's something like iTunes shuts down suddenly, and then you lose all your purchases, and then it's just like, well, like the CRTC may then make a rule, but it's only after basically a digital library has been decimated.
I don't even think it would take one. I think it would have to be multiple to shut down. Before they actually did anything.
At that point, though, how many digital libraries do we have here?
A lot
Well, yeah, there's PlayStation, Xbox, there's iTunes, there's
For movies, though, but like, can you buy music on Xbox?
yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, Groove's gone.
You can still buy songs.
Yeah.
though. I'm pretty sure.
I thought they went with Spotify now.
No, Spotify's through PlayStation.
Groove is no, Spotify is also on. Spotify is also the Groove
Yeah,
replacement.
yeah, I know. Yeah, there's a Spotify app on Xbox, but the purchases are not made, or no, you're not buying stuff through Spotify. You're not renting stuff through Spotify on Xbox. Like that's through the Xbox service.
No, but
On
the
PlayStation, you're
Groove
going
Music
through-
shut down.
There is a music There's Xbox Music. There's some sort of music service on Xbox.
Yeah, it was called Groove.
Yes, Groove as a title still might not exist anymore. But
Right.
there is. You can go pay money right now.
I'm not
Microsoft.
saying you're wrong, but I don't know what it is.
It's called Xbox Music.
Marty,
man.
Marty purchased Avengers on PS4, and you cannot download it. You can only stream it.
Oh, yeah, he was telling me about that.
And he wanted to buy the one with the bonus features. I didn't know there were separate versions on PlayStation, but apparently you can buy one without bonus features and one with bonus features.
Right.
He went to buy the one with the bonus features, clicked it, and it took him to the one without it. And then he purchased that one because he thought, oh, it's just taking me to this one to purchase it. And then he doesn't have the bonus features.
GG.
I would just contact Sony's customer support. Be like, I need you to fix this.
Yeah, really. Like
And let me download it, please.
that's a pretty bullshit move. It's like your store's broken
No,
or
I'm
something
not.
goes wrong.
Not the download. If they're
No, I know,
policy-
but
I'm talking about purchase. Like, just undo that purchase. Let me do that one.
Because it's the same price, I think, too. So it's like,
Yeah,
why
it's dumb.
not just give everyone the one with the bonus features?
Using that extra bandwidth, can't afford it.
I was able to convince Sony to refund me on a game once.
Oh, I got all my V-Bucks finally.
Yeah.
They just updated it. They fixed something. They must have realized their servers were all screwed up. I wonder if there's a bunch of us who didn't have our V-Bucks
Well,
or something.
there was definitely something going on because people that were trying to get the drift skin, the last unlock,
Right.
it was not working. Like I was one of them, and it just was giving 0 XP at the end of matches. And then when they fixed that to some capacity, however they did that, you just suddenly got your V-Bucks that day. So maybe whatever they did or whatever they were experimenting with fixed it.
Yeah. But now I'm happy because I want to buy a skin at least.
There you go.
Might as well. The money's already in there.
You got time to buy that Durburger skin.
I don't want the Dirt Burger.
You don't want the Dirt Burger
I want a
skin?
skin that looks nice.
What's really sad is the spies came back the day before you got it.
Yeah,
Got your
but they'll
things.
be back there, right?
Yeah, at some point.
Okay. And our last story is that Fallout 76 will not be available on Steam at launch.
Ooh,
And a Query Corner question, which Matt tells me is a doozy.
I got it written down right here in OneNote.
You don't
I'll
have
look over here
you
whether
don't
I
have
say
like the screen off, like Notepad or something.
What?
Whatever Samsung has when your screen's off, you can write notes on it.
That's a note. This is an S8.
You can't do it
This
on
is
there.
an S8 Plus.
You can't do it on there
There's no stylus.
with your finger.
That's ridiculous.
That's
Writing
ridiculous,
with your
right?
finger? That's outrageous. We stopped finger painting when we were like 2 or 3. We didn't continue finger painting.
You have a touchscreen phone.
We're not finger painting on it. I'm
You're
clicking
doing stuff,
big
though.
buttons.
It's not that hard to write.
I'm not doing art. I'm not doing Picasso. I'm not writing down things.
It's for notes.
I'm tapping on it to roll the intro.
What's new, Adrian? How's that Spotify going over there?
Fucking sounds like shit. Spotify sucks. Selection's
You
great.
have to try. You cannot. This was an argument we had. Is you have it.
No, and I will. The problem is I
is
need
the
to
download thing.
Yeah, I need to like go and remove the downloads, make sure I have space, set it to.
Download it on your computer.
You can't download on the. There's no option to download on
Yes, there is.
Windows. I could not find one in the.
Are you using the browser version?
I know I'm using the app out of the Windows Store.
No, you can download on there.
I could not find an option to.
There's a little toggle, for sure. No,
not-
like for sure.
I'm not saying there isn't. I did not see it.
It has
This
to go to-
is the problem. The app is not intuitive.
Yeah.
It's there, man, I'm telling you.
I immediately saw the toggle on the iPhone app. I'm like, oh, that's where I download it.
right.
I have not seen that on the Windows one.
I think it's like right above the. It's on the right. Like if you go to your songs, you go to the top
I'm
right.
assuming it's in the It would be in a similar spot to.
I'm not sure where it is on mobile because I don't use it on mobile.
Top
but-
right.
So same thing then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top right. No, but top right of the list of songs. Not top right of the entire app. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, then I might have to go and look again because I have it in album view.
Yeah. See, I just left everything as default. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yes. So, but okay, it's weird though because if that's true and it's only in songs because
It might only be in playlists too. I know the toggle's there, but I don't know exactly when it's there. Like I don't know whether it's there for albums or whether it's only there for playlists or whether it's only there for like the My Music section. I'm not sure exactly when.
because there's a toggle to download stuff in albums and songs, but not an artist. So I could say download this album,
Yeah, I don't think there's one.
or I
on
could download
artist.
all the songs.
Right,
But there was no option for me to download an artist.
because that's a lot usually. Not always, but
But songs is everything. Songs is like download everything. Artists is a couple
songs
albums.
is the
or
stuff
albums
you've
is
added
individual.
though. It's like your smorgasbord. It's like your collection. It's like as if you selected a bunch of singles or whatever. And you
Yeah, but I
dumped
think
it in there.
I think it would make more sense for me to download by artist, not by song.
I think what they're trying to do is not disperse. Like maybe when you download a song from an artist, they get like the quarter of the penny, and maybe they know that like you're not going to listen to every single song that an artist has to offer. So they're trying not to.
I think they definitely track each song individually.
Yeah, but maybe the download counts as one of those quarter of a penny. Like, oh, someone downloaded your song. Here's your quarter of a penny, or like whatever the payout.
I think
is.
it's just the play. It
Maybe.
still tracks you playing the song, and then we'll just upload it next time it gets to an internet.
But it
connection.
could also be just the stats too. Like maybe it skews stats otherwise.
You also can't go offline. There's an offline mode where you can just completely disconnect the app from the Spotify service,
Right.
but not for more than 30 days.
Yeah.
It says reconnecting in 30 days, and you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
There's like a travel mode as well.
I think that's what it is. Offline mode.
There you go. Yeah, it'll like give you a pass for a certain amount of days or something.
Yeah.
So when you add a song, does it immediately download?
Yes, I have it set so I added a song, I immediately downloaded, and I noticed that like I have a couple hundred more songs downloaded through Spotify than I did Amazon Music, but I still have some space left over. So that's what I'm thinking is that the size they're super incredibly compressed, and the sizes are probably nothing because also they're flying through the downloads. Like it would say. Downloading done. It was just like downloading done. Amazon Music, it was like actually taking time to download, and it was like it would take upwards of 35 seconds per 30.
But like a standard
45.
MP3 is it's like a few megabytes, isn't it?
Standard MP3 could be less than that. Like
But,
an MP3,
like a
MP3
typical like a CD quality typical song is like 3-4 gigs, isn't it? Or megs, isn't it?
probably less, probably like a meg and a half. And for an MP3,
Well, it's
But that
in
would-
a small amount of megs.
That would
regardless.
download pretty quick though, wouldn't it?
yeah, but like Amazon, like I see a difference in speed when downloading on Spotify as opposed to Amazon.
But your Spotify's on standard. I think we think if we're gonna do a proper comparison, turn up on all your streaming
so was my
services.
Amazon was on standard.
No, I know, but what argument was before was it could be possible that Spotify's standard is like, oh, we want to really data save, whereas Amazon's philosophy is, oh, we want middle of the road. So the only way to like really do a proper comparison is whatever music service you're using, crank it up to the max, all of them, and then test that. That's what I would say.
Well, anyway, what are you doing in terms of gaming?
I started the third campaign for Shovel Knight called Spectre of Torment. It's a prequel campaign.
Is that like DLC or what is that?
It's not. It isn't like it was added on through an update. It's not. You don't buy it. They're just adding them on for free. So his original one is called Treasure Trove, which was the Shovel Knight, his actual campaign. So the second one was Plague of Shadows, which was Plague Knight's campaign, which was a prequel.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have Spectre of Torment, which is another prequel before that. And then there's another one that's supposed to come out, but I don't have an update pushed to my Wii U. So I don't know, or maybe I don't know if Wii U's not getting it, but I have to go check. But apparently there's supposed to be a fourth and final campaign
Interesting.
that was supposed to be done. But I'll go take a look. In fact, if it doesn't push the Wii U, that gives me an excuse to buy it on PC, and I can just play it there. I was playing some more Burnout, a little bit of Overwatch. I haven't touched Fortnite.
What do you think about the new skins in Overwatch?
I looked at them quickly.
There's a few I like.
Yeah, there was one that I liked. I don't remember though.
I like Divas. I liked Anna's.
I didn't care for Anna's.
Reinhardt's I liked.
Reinhardt's
The-
was
the football
it was novelty. Yeah.
And Zenyatta was the baseball.
I don't remember.
He was like wearing a baseball uniform and he had like baseballs going around his head.
What's amazing in Overwatch now, you can sort by event items.
That's so good.
Yeah. I don't know if it's showing everything though. I think it's only showing.
No, it showed everything. It's skins, voice lines, sprays.
But for past Summer Games events, like
no, just the new ones.
just the new one. That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Yeah.
So that's fucking awesome. I actually bought another game.
Oh no.
What the hell are you doing?
Oh no.
It's called On Rush.
The hell is that?
It's an arcade racer. Burnout Paradise wasn't scratching my arcade racing itch.
Yeah, we all bought it. We haven't played it.
Well, Marty was the one behind it. He was the one who wanted to play it.
Yeah.
He needs to invite us to play it.
And when I booted it up for the first time, he's like, "I've never played this multiplayer."
Like Christ.
So I'm playing that right now. And if you're going to play it, we better play it because when I'm satisfied with that game where I've hit a quote unquote end and we're not playing it, that thing's getting fucking deleted. So we're on a time limit, boys. But Onrush is another arcade racer. Came out a little while ago, but it's supposed to be really good. Good reviews, so I'm gonna try that.
We did Dying Light a little bit.
Yes, we need to.
We did like the first, I want to say the intro. So it's like maybe like 3 or 4 missions of the new campaign the following.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing tomorrow night?
I don't know.
Sounds like you're doing Dying Light.
Good old Dying Light. We got stuck in that cave. That was pretty bad. That was real bad, actually.
You guys still under level?
Right.
We got stuck in the cave and we quit just because it was getting pretty late.
It was also weird. While we were playing, we were also trying to figure out pogo arrangements.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
Like we were trying to like logistically figure out how we're gonna get my phone to you and this and that, and you go for the raid. So I feel like the first stretch of that DLC campaign, we probably did not do it justice. We're not gonna go back and redo it, but
well, I mean, admittedly, we did like 2 things.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, the buggy stuff seems cool. You get gas, and you can like level up the buggy, and you can change all the parts.
I have been experimenting with the game capture mode in Xbox app for like screen recording stuff.
Game capture mode,
Just screen recording.
Oh, on the PC.
On the PC.
You're talking. Okay, I've never used that one. I don't think.
So I was playing around with it with the Hearthstone release.
I saw your video
on
on the channel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was that from the game capture?
That was from the Xbox game capture.
That's pretty good.
And what's really good though is because when I was pulling like packs open, I would get like an occasional stint of lag. Like it's pulling information from the server and it would lag on my video card. The game capture was capturing it before it even got to the video card. Because there's no lag in the video whatsoever.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, that's really convenient. I might just start recording playthroughs of stuff that I have on Steam.
That's pretty good.
But also thinking, what capture card are you guys using right now?
The Game Capture HD 60S.
Is that the newer one?
I don't know.
That is the USB-C 3.0.
Where is it?
Right here.
Where's the old one?
Just down there.
Okay.
If you want to borrow it.
Yeah. Maybe. Because
how do you capture? I've never really thought of it. How do you use a capture card to a PC? I mean, it's probably easy. I've never thought of it.
I wouldn't use it on a PC. I would use that one for a console. On a PC,
okay.
I would just use the...
You can just use software, right?
Yeah, it's built into Windows 10. It's really fucking convenient. Hit Windows G and hit record. Done. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you did want to do it on PC, just
I would literally just
output HDMI.
Yeah, just out HDMI.
Right.
To the capture card.
Big capture card back in the monitor. Yeah. Or, because my monitor's DVI anyways, and I have a second HDMI, just out to the capture card, and then just duplicate my monitor. And that just acts as a second monitor.
Oh, yeah. That'd work good, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would like offload some of the, like if your PC was on the brink.
What's your upload anyway? You wouldn't be able to stream, would you?
I wouldn't be able to stream.
Okay.
On a good day... with like nobody else bogging it down, 5 up.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
You probably need 15 minimum, and that'd be like you're the one connection.
Yeah.
I think
it's 7. I think.
Is it 7?
I think when we did research, it was like a minimum of 7, but
for like 720 though.
Something like that. I don't remember.
Because the Dead Cells I bought that early access and I fell off it mainly because one of the updates, like there was a frame rate issue. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm done with this anyways. But it just got a full release, so I might go play that again. And
got a full release and a big old controversy.
What was the IGN controversy?
Yeah.
Not Dead Cells.
No, Dead Cells itself did not have a controversy.
Yeah.
The review community did.
Yeah, but I might game capture that. See how that goes.
Matt, what's new with you?
Well, I said we're doing a little bit of that Dying Light. Still grinding away on the Fortnite.
On your phone now.
On my phone now. I downloaded it like immediately.
Different definition of grinding on your
Damn it.
Fortnite.
But I downloaded it immediately. I think the conference was actually possibly still going on when I downloaded it. I downloaded it from the Galaxy App Store, and it is not running very well. I have an S8 Plus, but it could have been because...
Which is just over a year old.
Yeah. Well, like I have... Because like there's the game launcher, so that's how the games work on Samsung. On my phone anyway, I've like set it up with the Samsung game launcher. So I always had it on game battery saver because it like Pogo would work just fine, and Pogo's pretty demanding. So... What are you doing over there?
I thought it looked like he was like when you have like a book and you need
That's
more,
what I thought
you
he
need
was
more
doing
light,
too,
but he's
yeah.
on his phone.
That was really weird. But anyway, I like had it on battery saver and it was running really bad. So then I put it on like the regular performance mode or whatever it's called, and it was still running really bad. Like it hiccups really bad. Like it runs really well for a couple seconds and then it just like starts hiccuping. And then I went into the settings and I noticed you could set up the different graphic settings, but they're not saving properly or something. Right. Where like I'll select like low or medium, like I'll start at low and like I wanted to start at low and slowly creep up. When I save it, like it saves the settings, but then if I go back into the options, it still shows it's on like auto or something else. So I don't really know what's going. Like I mean, I downloaded it really early and it's a beta, so hopefully something gets sorted out, whatever that something is. But I do it to collect my dailies anyway, so that's pretty good. And then like check the store and that type of standard stuff. And like it should be sorted out because if Pogo runs, like let's be serious, like Fortnite should be fine. I would assume.
Well, I think Fortnite's a little more demanding than Pogo.
Yeah, but also it runs on the S7. So like it could have been literally I was like an hour in. Like you know what I mean? It could have been the server, it could have been anything.
Yeah.
At that point. So because the menu runs fine. It boots up quick and it downloaded fast, so everything like that is fine. So but that and then I did a little bit of grinding on GTA.
You gotta stop using that.
That's what it's called.
I know, it's just I'm getting a visual. It's just not.
Yeah, I started grinding on Adriano. Anyway, it doesn't bother me at all. I did a little bit of grinding on GTA, and
that reminds me of.
And I got the DeLorean this week.
Reminds me, we were on PSN chat one time, and you had said something. You said along the lines of like, "Tits out." I'm just like, "Here, tits out" or something like that.
Tits out.
Yeah, you use the words like "tits out."
Oh
and
no, tits up.
Tits up.
Everything's gone tits up.
Tits up. And then I just started laughing. You're like, what the hell are you laughing at? I'm like, I don't know why. I just got a visual of like Matt in his basement, like shirtless, arms up, and like me and Ryan and Marty just like huddled around, like grabbing tit. And I don't know why.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's a weird.
It was just like a visual that just got implanted in my head.
That's weird, man. That has been my gaming career this week.
I am still grinding away at what's it called? Quantum Break.
I'm shaking my head for the audience here. I don't know, man. That the fact you have to watch the episodes is weird.
Oh yeah, here's a weird thing I ran into, Adriano. So you understand how Quantum Break works, right? You play the game, you make decisions in the game. Your decisions affect the TV show.
I heard that's what they want you to think that doesn't actually happen.
Well, it does.
Okay. Like on a marginal level.
Yes.
Okay.
But you do affect the TV show because they had to film extra scenes for it. Regardless, okay. Here's what happened. I played the first gameplay chapter. Okay, and I stopped playing. I then said, "Oh, I want to play more of that game." I came back. I boot up my Xbox. I boot up the game. The episode starts, and I had to sit through a half-an-hour episode of Quantum Break. The half-hour episode ends. I am no longer in the mood to play games. So I put the controller down and leave.
But next time you come back to it, you would pick
it would
up.
be gameplay again.
Okay, that's fine.
But
as long as you don't have to watch that episode again.
No, but it's just funny though that like I went to go play a game. I actually wanted to do something and I had to watch an episode.
That's part of the experience, though. It's like it's not exactly a regular game.
Yes, I just thought it was funny though.
Yeah, I don't like new things like that.
It's clever. I'm glad someone's trying something different.
I mean, yeah, there's that. I mean, I also bitch if no one tries anything different either. So,
right,
I can't be. I'm never happy.
And then I tried the No Man's Sky DLC. I didn't get too into it because
No Man's Sky Next, I think, right?
Yeah, I didn't get too into it because that's still not a game I care for.
People are going ham for it, though.
Is this the overhaul?
Yeah,
there's people going ham for it. There's a bunch of people on my friends list playing it every night.
Really?
Yeah.
So what is?
It's everything. It's got multiplayer. You earn ships. You can build bases together. It's like full co-op.
Oh, I don't want to put that disc back in.
Me and Marty have it downloaded, so
I don't know.
You guys have it downloaded?
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
You can customize your character now.
Do you mind if I boot it up afterwards?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Marty tells me there's quests in it.
Oh,
so
shit!
That might actually give me purpose.
Shit!
But I haven't picked one up yet.
What's really weird is you bought the game knowing that it didn't have any of that. You were super excited for it.
I know,
and now you
Matt,
want all this stuff.
I know. Hindsight's 2020. All right, just
to be fair, it is now. It's closer to the game we all thought it was going to be, and I'm pretty happy that they stuck with it. They could have easily just said No Man's Sky 2.
Yeah, props to them. Props to them for not like. And they went like quiet on social media, but I think that's kind of what they had to do. 'Cause
Yeah,
people
they-
are just
they
like
were
ripping
probably-
Well, he
apart.
went quiet because he was getting death threats.
Well, everyone gets death threats. So honestly, if you're online and you have a following now, if you change something, just accept death threats, which is fucked up. But then you're just gonna get them. It's fucked up.
But yeah, even despite all the people hating them and stuff, they still decide to make their game better. And I'm glad that people are enjoying this new version.
Have they changed the inventory management at all?
No, it's still that Destiny type
Oh Christ!
kind of vibe.
That really bothered me.
They could have done a better job when you boot up the game after the update. They kind of walk you through it like a new tutorial, but it was like very small text. I didn't see it for the longest time, and so I didn't know how to do anything until I actually noticed the text on the screen telling me what to do and like what my tutorial was.
Did you resume or did you start over?
As far as I can tell, it started me over.
Is the old game literally gone? Like, how does that work?
It might be.
God damn.
Although this console might not have the save on it though,
Oh yeah.
so it might have just thought I was booting up the game for the
I
first
don't.
time.
I don't think there was a console save. I think everything was server side.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't think there was anything.
Well,
Like at most it was like controller settings, not anything gameplay related.
It just spawned me on a planet. All I had was like a gun, like the mining tool, and then I had to go find my ship, and I had to repair my ship. And I know for a fact I had a workable ship last time I played.
I almost want to say they may have scrapped the other game, but I've never played it.
It also
so-
looks a lot better. They did a graphics overhaul. It looks a lot nicer.
Well, props to them anyway. Damn.
Yeah, for sure.
Sticking with it.
Yeah.
Didn't just like shut down or cower away.
Mm-hmm.
And then they still released the Xbox version
Yeah,
with this, I think.
yeah.
So that's pretty good. That's pretty good of them. Fuck. Made Jeff Keighley proud.
I'm still waiting for the documentary on all this. I think it'll be great. I hope someone's doing it.
Oh, they're probably still filming it right now.
That and the Kojima Konami documentary.
I think that one's all NDA'd up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Well, we're never gonna find out.
10
That-
years.
Yeah.
10 years.
Oh,
From now.
Get a leaked document or something.
on somebody's deathbed, they're gonna reveal what happened.
All right, let's hop into our first story. Capcom, this comes to us from GameSpot. Capcom is okay with lower sales if the reviews are better.
Yeah, you take that into a shareholder meeting. You tell them that.
Now, I'm curious because this could just be fan service. They're just trying to, say, hey,
What does that mean, though?
It means they care about making a good game more than sales of the game.
But won't the quality of the game make the sale? I mean, the
You would-
marketing
you
and stuff help, obviously.
You would think that, but Resident Evil 7 was reviewed well,
Yeah.
sold fewer copies than Resident Evil 6, which wasn't reviewed as well.
But that could have been because it's a different type of game.
Yeah, there are
what I mean?
variables, right? But regardless, they still want to make a better game.
So essentially, they were willing to take the risk of game type change to get a better review score.
Yeah,
Will ultimately get a better quality game.
yeah, and we'll see if this translates into better sales, maybe for Resident Evil 8.
I wonder if it's something to do with trying to get a loyal base of people.
Maybe.
If you got a bunch of people that really like the game, like they'll be more enticed to buy the next one, and it won't be people that buy the game, play it, and then like for a bit, and then just sell it or whatever.
Like clearly, they're still a company. They still have to. They need sales to survive.
Yeah,
But you're right. You would typically think that a better quality product would be higher sales.
that's what I mean. That's a weird. Like in the case of Resident Evil, that makes sense, but otherwise, that's kind of a strange case to make.
So this comes from the COO or the Capcom Europe COO Stuart Turner, who told GameIndustry.biz, "While we have shareholders to appease, it's not just about commercial performance. There's an artistic element that always comes in where we know this is the right way. And while if we compare RE7 to RE6, the absolute numbers are not the same in terms of the profitability, it's completely fine. It ticked all of our boxes internally. It was really well received, and in some respects, getting some very good review scores counts as much for Capcom as a game that sells millions and millions and millions. We prefer a game that got 9s and sold less than got a 6 but sold more."
When it's put that way, that sounds like they're trying to keep a loyal base. Because the six may sell well because marketing did their job really well, and then people get burned, and then they don't want to play it again.
Did you play 6, Adriano?
I'm halfway through. It's because it's split up into 4 campaigns.
Is it good or bad so far?
It is.
Or I mean, like, whatever.
I remember I really, really did not like it when I played the Xbox 360 version. And
Is
then-
6 the one with the bald guy? Or he's kind of bald?
You have to be more
I
specific than
played a split screen one with I don't know if it was split screen, but I played a couch co-op one with a guy one time, years ago, about a year ago actually, and then we were like running around. He was playing as a chick, and I was playing as like some bald dude, and it was 100% Resident Evil.
Yeah, are you sure he was bald?
I think he maybe have had like really really short red hair, and he had like a green jacket on.
Okay, every time you describe something new, it's just confusing me more and more.
I think
was it
Leon's daughter or something?
Leon's daughter? No, Cheryl Birkin is.
I should probably just look it up because I recognize the visuals.
It was probably the third campaign of Resident Evil 6.
Okay, because I just jumped in randomly with them.
Based on what you just described to me, is probably that.
Okay.
Resident Evil 5.
That was fun.
Between Resident Evil 5 and 6, there are 5 co-op campaigns between those two games.
Okay.
So,
how long was it between Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6?
You're talking about production or
Yeah.
canonically?
I just want to know if like Resident Evil was gone for a while and 6 came out and it was like Resident Evil's back and that's what could have led to higher sales.
They were both 360 PS3. I remember I was at Mohawk Brantford when Resident Evil 5 came out, which was probably 2000.
I can just Google it too.
Yeah, which is probably pre-2010.
Resident Evil 6 release date you want to look up?
Resident Evil 5 release date.
Well, and 6.
Well, Resident Evil 6's initial release date was October
2013?
2nd, 2012.
Okay.
October 2nd, 2012.
I would have guessed 13. Yeah, I think Resident Evil 5 must have been late 2008 or
2009.
2009, yeah.
Yes, this is the game that I played.
6?
Yeah.
So 2012 was just 3 years later.
Yeah.
And yeah, the guy has extremely short red hair.
Now,
True.
the opposite effect could have happened where Resident Evil 6 wasn't as well received, which led to lower sales of Resident Evil 7.
That's what I mean by the loyal base.
I think what happened was like my biggest complaint with Resident Evil 6 when I first played on 360 was it handled like shit. Like it just felt really off because it was the first Resident Evil game, believe me or not, that you could move and shoot at the same time.
Right.
That was like the first like holy shit you can do that finally because every Resident Evil game before that you had to lock down before you could shoot. And then I think either they did an update or whatever the PS4 version they cleaned up. But I'm hating it less now on the PS4.
Remember the logo controvery?
The
giraffe
getting a blowjob?
Yeah. Yeah, that was
What
so
the
good.
fuck?
And they never, they just like, yeah, okay. They never
What
changed
the fuck?
Go look at the Resident Evil 6 logo. Like
I
the
think I'm all right.
It looks like just a...
No, Matt, just type in giraffe blowjob into your
No,
browser.
I'm all right. I'm definitely all right.
or just type in RE6 logo. And you'll get the same image.
Actually, hashtag this episode giraffe blowjob.
I'm not going to do any of that. That was just advised to do.
So anyway, good on them, I think. I would prefer better games, although I also want the company to survive, to keep making better games.
Well, I don't think if this is... I haven't seen the critical numbers if there's going to be a re-review, but if this is a comeback, it's a big fucking comeback.
To be fair, Resident Evil 7 did sell millions of copies. It wasn't like...
It was less than 5 though, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Well, wasn't there like a big dip on 6? Or am I thinking of a different game now?
There wasn't there. It sold better than 7, but it was not well received. Like it was a low point for the franchise.
6 was, and then there was like 2 others that were like a spin-off or something.
Revelations and Revelations 2.
Yeah, those did really bad or something, right? Those did really bad, right? Or no?
I don't know about sales, but those are well received.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else.
They are more accept. I think my pogo just froze.
What the hell's going on over there?
They're more accepting. Like they're more in line with the traditional RE horror franchise.
Okay.
Let me tell you right now, the best Resident Evil game out there is Dead Space. You want a good RE game? Play the first Dead Space.
Oh, we heard news about the next Dead Space that they were going to make before they got shut down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was going to star his daughter,
What?
Isaac's daughter, or something like that.
Didn't know he had a daughter.
I sent you the article about it.
I didn't actually. I read like the headline.
They were there. Oh, well, geez, thank you.
I didn't.
He's a millennial reader.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that though. It's just like I'm like, oh, there was going to be Dead Space 4. It never got.
But
around
they had whole plans for it and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll never know now.
Well, we do know.
Well, no, we'll never have the game then. We'll never have it. Next up here, we got Microsoft is joining the Movies Anywhere service, which allows you to sync movie purchases on your Xbox and Windows with iTunes and whatever other services are a part of Movies Anywhere. But this brings up a point that I want to talk to you guys about. which I kind of like this service because you shouldn't be locked into the platform where you buy it. Because if you buy a Blu-ray, you can play it on any Blu-ray player you want.
Right.
You're not locked to one Blu-ray player. You buy a digital movie, you're locked to that system,
Right.
Well, locked to that service.
that service. Do you ever think we'll get to the point where games are like this?
Yes.
Where there's a games anywhere system. So if I buy Resident Evil 8, I can have it on Xbox or PlayStation or Windows.
I absolutely think so. I think eventually the publisher or the developer is going to take charge of the actual point of sale. And I could see you buying the game from them directly. And then then it's like licensed out to whatever service you have. Because at that point,
What are you talking about, the game?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do that.
I think so.
Because then who's going to get their commission?
What do you mean?
So, like, when you buy from the Xbox store, like on the Xbox, you buy a digital game, Microsoft's getting a cut. Same with the PlayStation store. And you're using PlayStation or Xbox hardware. They're not going to give up recurring revenue on their hardware that they made to allow you to have, like, a Bethesda net equivalent on their console. And then you give them zero. That's like what Epic is doing on Android, where they're refusing to use the Google Play Store because they don't want to give the commission to Google. But like with something that's has such a strong install base, a console would never let somebody do that, unless they gave them one hell of a lot of money up front.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You could say that would never happen until it does.
I mean, unless money changes hands.
Crossplay was never going to happen until it did.
But like this is literally like core revenue. It's like I don't think they're going to give away free consoles.
But
like,
also keep in mind that we're not like, who knows how long these consoles are going to last? Like we're going into a future where we're probably not going to have consoles. We're just going to
people have said that for years, and this is the biggest console gen yet.
Yes, but it could still transform into a streaming-only service.
Yes.
Which would run through a set-top box, which is the console.
No, but I think
not necessarily. Like it could eventually be an all-in-one unit with like your TV.
Yeah. That's
okay.
There's like some Bravia TVs with PS2 in them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
well, there's Bravia TVs with PlayStation Now in them.
Yeah,
So
and you just need a
stream.
controller.
Yeah.
That's pretty great, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, exactly. So like, eventually you're just going to be playing a game through the TV.
Right.
And like the hardware will far down the line will eventually phase out.
I could see that.
And then the point of sale will go to the publisher or the developer.
But then what's weird about that is there's no exclusive movie. There's no like iTunes really exclusive movie that Apple made until they got their own service up. But Microsoft and Sony make their own games. That game is not going to be available on Xbox.
See, this is going to be interesting.
It would probably be
third-party games only.
Yeah.
I think we may end up seeing, with the exception of like Sony, who does sell TVs, I think we probably still will have set-top boxes. Because Xbox is going to want to sell to the people that have LG TVs and Sony TVs and the whole other bit.
It's strange now, too, that we have set-top boxes, even though all TVs sold nowadays are essentially smart TVs.
Yeah, but they fucking suck, though.
They're slow as fuck.
They fucking suck.
But couldn't they just update the hardware on them a bit? Like,
yeah, but then you're raising the price.
Yeah, like
but
I would soon rather have a fucking Apple TV unit.
Or a Roku.
But you don't need that big of hardware to play a movie.
But apparently you do, because they fucking suck. Like, they really, really suck.
It's bad, yeah. It's
yeah, I've used
bad.
a smart TV. They're not... Oh, God.
What is that? That's weird, eh?
They're trying to do too much, showing the weather and shit.
Yeah.
You know what would be a good business plan? You know what would be a good company to start up?
What's that?
Point of sale. You pay me for a game. You want to buy Resident Evil?
All right.
You give me money.
Okay.
And I'll give you codes for all platforms. So you're essentially buying it once and getting it for all of them. I would have to strike a deal with
all of them.
Or
at least like two of them.
Yeah, to get those codes cheap.
Yeah.
And then I sell them as a package. It's like, oh, here, you want to buy RE7? You're going to buy from me. There you go. And here are your codes for everything.
That would be particularly interesting in the era of crossplay.
Yeah.
Because I could maybe see them doing that if it's like, if you get a commission or something.
But the only problem is like you would have to somehow ensure that the same person redeems those codes if they do.
What I think still sucks though is you still have to have multiple accounts and stuff, right?
You said that multiple accounts, but the multiple accounts I don't think would be the problem. I think
that'd be easy actually. Is you would have, if you, I don't know what game store. Let's just call it Adriano's Game Store. If you had Adriano'sGameStore.com, you would make them connect all of their IDs to your thing. You would give them an Adriano Game Store code, which would be added to their Adriano Game Store thing, and then it would only get redeemed on their shit. Or at least only on one, like they would have to connect it.
Yeah, gotcha.
And worst case, even if like someone was like, I don't want the Xbox code, I'll give it to my friend, they still can't play together probably anyway if it's a PlayStation code, at least in today's climate right now.
No, but see, I think that's where the whole system falls apart is you would have to somehow restrict that code that you're giving out to that person's account.
You could do it
just
via
because
email.
because here's the thing though, if I pay a company that's going to give me all versions $59.99,
Right.
I'll redeem PC, you redeem Xbox, this guy will redeem PS.
Mm-hmm.
You guys float me $15 to $20 each, and there we go. We just got a game for 1/3 of the price.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because if it's a single player game, like you could
There's
just give me
no
the Xbox code and I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting actually is you could, I mean, this is a little bit of a workaround, but you could make it so that all the accounts had to have the same email.
That's what I'm saying is you would have to tie to.
But then if somebody who, like my PlayStation is connected to my old email, it's not connected to my new one. So that would suck.
Account management, such a pain. in the
Me?
ass.
I just sign into all my accounts at all times.
You know what I'm not looking forward to
What's that?
when we play Red Dead Online. We have to sign into Rockstar.
Oh, I got all that already cleaned up, buddy.
Fucking social
All
club.
clean.
Are yours
up.
all screwed up?
No, mine was never screwed up. I just didn't like Alpha Tango 47 was taken. So then I changed it to I made Alpha 47 Tango. And then I'm like, this is dumb. So I made a yeah. Yeah. So then I made a second handle which mimics the first one, but just a step up.
Okay.
So I took two other military/Greek words,
Yeah,
and two
yeah.
numbers. Also a movie reference.
Interesting.
Bravo Echo 11
I don't remember that.
is very. So yeah, Alpha Tango 47 is a very subtle Star Trek reference.
Okay.
Very subtle. Most people probably won't be able to tell me where it's from. And then Bravo Echo 11 is Ethan Hunt's call sign in the Mission Impossible series. Like that.
pretty
Like
good.
that's his.
That's actually pretty good. Actually,
That's his infield code name.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't. Talking about Red Dead. I know it's a little off topic, but talking about Red Dead, I don't think I'm gonna get it on day one.
You son of a bitch.
We got Fallout
You son of a
76.
bitch. Man, I'm constantly telling you to play games. You're
Where's
telling me
where's my
constantly that
Fallout
you're going to
4,
play
bitch?
games.
Where's my Fallout 4, bitch?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I see. I the other day I was looking. You know that How Long to Beat website that we looked at Dying Light.
Yeah.
I went and I punched in Fallout 4. You
Yeah.
know how long it said for main story only?
What's that?
Main campaign, not the DLC. Just main
Yeah, yeah.
campaign, main story only. About 26 hours.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm like, I don't know that I actually want to play this game.
There you go. So he's out.
But
So he's out. So that's it. We're moving on with our lives.
I'm still gonna go launch it. The only reason why is because why I even thought that is because I thought for a second that Fallout 76 was coming out in September.
no,
I'm like,
no.
I'm like, shit. Like,
Spider-Man's in September.
yeah. And then I went, I'm like, oh, it's coming out in November.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, I got it.
The thing is, though, is think about this. We got Division 2.
That's not coming out this year though.
Division 2 is coming up. Now, hold on a minute here.
That doesn't mean
Fallout 76, though. And we got, what the hell's the other one?
Red Dead.
Well, Red Dead. We got
And-
Battlefield 5.
Red Dead's coming out in December though, right?
I don't know now. I thought it was November.
But I don't give a shit about Battlefield 5. I'm not.
Okay, well, fair enough. But, like, this is already.
Yeah, no, yeah, but
Like, Fallout
okay,
76
no, hold on,
plus
hold on.
Fortnite. Like,
Okay,
this
okay,
is
hold on,
too
but-
much.
Okay, Fortnite, I'm like one bad day away from just deleting that game.
Yeah, but I
Like,
pay for that game, buddy.
okay, you pay that.
Pay for that money.
Okay, hold on,
Pay that
hold on,
money.
Hold on, it's like Fallout
Another
is in
one.
Fallout is in November. Okay, so like I have
Okay.
time to play Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Red Dead is in December.
You have time to play Fallout
I thought
4.
it was November, but I don't actually know, to be clear.
Wait, what was it?
This Red Dead
November, right?
is also
no,
November.
You know what?
October,
I'm gonna
October.
confirm it. I'm confirming it right now.
It's in October.
I'm confirming it. See, this is what I'm saying. It's too much.
Oh.
Everything's games as a service. I'm cutting some.
And then I have Spider-Man and
Spider-Man's gonna wait.
Tomb Raider in September.
I haven't even played the last Tomb Raider yet. I bought that. It's like it's on my system.
Which one? Have you played the first one?
I played the first one. I
And
played
so
that one
you-
on 360.
so you
Excuse me. The Red Dead 2 Red Dead Redemption 2, release date is October 26th, 2018.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Christ.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. No, wait a
Anthem-
second here.
Anthem-
When's Fallout 76? Hang on a minute here now.
It's
November.
It's like November 12th or something.
yeah. Okay.
It's like
Fallout 76. I should know
so
this.
close. Though.
Release date.
it's like a week and a
November
half.
14th.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Three
three
weeks.
weeks tops afterwards.
Beat the story. See, I don't want to rush Red Dead. This is my thing with it. I don't want to rush it. But I will say this. I do want to get a head start online because I want to start the grind. Your favorite word, Adriana. I want to start the grind if there is one.
Cowboy grind.
The big old cowboy grind. I'm gonna get the Jake Gyllenhaal skin.
Okay. All right.
I would love if they put that in there.
I'd buy it.
Oh, speaking
Yeah,
of Jake, okay,
yeah.
hold on.
I'm not
I
gonna
was
buy that.
well, okay. I was looking through news, and it said Jake Gyllenhaal in the next Spider-Man movie.
oh yeah.
So I guess that pretty much puts the rumor of him becoming Bruce Wayne in the DC franchise.
Not necessarily. There's been some crossovers.
Yeah,
Lawrence
but like,
Fishburne?
yeah, okay. So like, he was a supporting in both.
What
Yeah.
about Tom
Yeah.
Hardy? Dark Knight.
Yeah, but because he was released from that contract. He was done.
Oh yeah. That's
But like,
for
they're
for
not
a reason that I'm
they're not gonna have
say.
Jake Gyllenhaal in a main villain or whatever role he is in Spider-Man, and
He can't talk in either of them. I said it. He can't talk in either of them. Fuck.
Jake Gyllenhaal or Tom Hardy.
Freaking Tom Hardy. He can't talk.
Jake Gyllenhaal's in the Division movie.
Oh yeah, he is. That's right. No. Okay. Hey, wait a second here. They should have did that first. The Division movie. It's a simple military movie. It's pretty easy to get right. A little action.
No.
A
Okay.
little snow. A little city.
Let's get back.
It's easy to get wrong as well.
I don't. But it's not as easy to get wrong as something as convoluted as Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is a conspiracy movie,
They
essentially.
played it wrong. They played it completely wrong.
Which is why a military movie should be easier. As you
Yeah.
know, it is easier, I would say, as an outsider of the
Anyway,
movie
what
industry.
were we talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm fucking yelling shit. I
Fall
apologize.
release dates.
Yeah.
Fall release dates. I'm gonna ask each of you individually.
Oh fuck.
If you had to put off one of either Fallout or Red Dead to 2019, which one would you put off? Because I think we need to like sync up here.
We're not going to though.
Well, you know my
Because
answer.
I know his answer.
Okay, you're gonna
Fallout 76, buddy.
you're gonna delay Fallout into 2019.
No,
fuck
he's not.
that. No, I'm
Okay.
playing Fallout 76 day one. I have the $250 edition pre-ordered.
I would put off Fallout.
You son of a bitch.
Red Dead looked
Looking
too,
at you.
That trailer was fantastic.
That
It's-
trailer was fucking amazing.
It's too good to let sit there on
you,
the
you
shelf.
told me about the trailer again, you son of a bitch.
They got more trailers coming.
You know
I
what,
know
actually?
that was the first trailer.
You know what might end up happening, actually? I would say this. Oh, no, actually, what's your answer? Give me your answer first.
I would obviously delay Fallout.
You would delay Fallout.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, hang on a minute here. I would be more down, and we don't know what Red Dead Online is, as far as I know. I haven't read or seen anything on it yet. If Red Dead Online is like GTA Online,
Which it most likely is.
which it most likely is, I would be, because we have 3 weeks, I would be more enticed to skip Spider-Man, which isn't multiplayer, to skip Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man's game skip for sure for me.
Well, I might get the console because I want the better console.
Oh,
What?
you should get a 4K TV and then get
I'm not gonna do that.
beautiful Red Dead on 4K.
No, because I only buy Samsung displays.
they
and that's
confirmed it's
expensive
running
as hell.
4K on PS4 Pro.
Not
I'm
gonna do that.
excited.
I'm not gonna do that.
It's
Anyway,
gonna look gorgeous.
but I ain't gonna do that.
You need to use the power of that PS4 Pro.
No, I want the boost mode only.
Boost mode doesn't work on 4K.
I am not buying the new
Games.
console. Okay,
Wait,
save myself some money.
Wait. Let me explain here. You do get a boost in performance and graphics imagery on 1080,
Yeah.
but boost mode itself is for games that do not support the PS4 Pro.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
All the games released in the last couple of years have support for PS4
Okay,
Pro.
well that's fine. Then I'll just get more features. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, anyway, hold the phone here. I would be more down with skipping personally the story of Red Dead 2. I will literally put that off to 2019, and I
Okay.
will play the Red Dead Online with you guys because it's probably, I assume, separate like GTA Online. And if we play that for 3 weeks, then I'll move on to Fallout, and I might just come back and forth for a bit. But for the first couple weeks of Fallout, I won't be switching around to anything.
I think I'll be okay.
But are you going to play the story right away? Like, do you really want to play the story?
But I explained this to you, is like, we usually play games typically around 10,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I usually play
single.
single player games before that. So
Mm.
I'll be able to play Red Dead all day or however long I want prior to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll switch over to Fallout once everyone else comes online and whatnot. or if we coordinate to play that day or whatever.
I could, yeah, maybe if I do just the main campaign I just do the single player for Red Dead.
Yeah.
And I might not even play Fallout 76. I might depending on what my reception is with Fallout 4.
I wonder how different Fallout 76 is going to be. Like, I wonder how. I mean, I was going to say how vital the multiplayer is, but obviously, but that's interesting. Like how? Okay, if we're down one or two people, how detrimental is that to Red Dead versus how detrimental is that to Fallout 76?
I don't think it's going to be detrimental either. I think you can play both on your own fine.
Like online though. Like Red Dead, I really want to do the campaign, but I also really don't want to be rushed in during the campaign.
Yeah, exactly. Same. I'm like, I want to take my time with it
because I know I'm going to rush it. If I start it, I'm going to be like, "Fuck, I got to get this done."
Yeah.
I saw this funny tweet. It was someone saying that they buy Red Dead Redemption 2, they brush their horse for 4 hours. Game of the year.
God damn it! Can you brush your horse?
You have to maintain your horse.
Oh, I missed that part.
It will work better for you the more the better you take care of it.
How long did you guys get the achievement in Red Dead for keeping your horse 75% of the main game?
I don't recall if I did or not.
Big old gunfight and fucked that up.
I kept my horse. I kept my horse for most of the main game.
Holy Christ!
Yeah. I didn't. Well, the only thing that happened was I was near another one, and I accidentally hit the triangle to get on it or whatever.
Right.
And I accidentally got on the wrong horse. And
then reset it?
And then it just like reset. And then my other one just started walking away in the distance. Like, I tried to chase him. I tried to get him back. I tried to wrangle him. But he just disappeared.
Aww.
I was so sad. I was so upset. Oh. I'm just like, it's not like he died and I had to move on. He just
left.
He thought I just abandoned him.
Yeah. His last thought was how his owner left him.
Yeah.
For another horse.
I felt so bad.
A newer, younger horse.
That's really sad. Yeah. A slight off-topic piece on Red Dead Online for the first Redemption. We had you know the story, the wagon story. So I have these two guys. We're playing on 360, obviously, and I have these two buddies, Joe and Zach, and they're fighting over who's going to control the wagon. But they're going full speed toward a cliff. And my buddy Nate and I are at the base of the cliff. And I noticed they're coming toward the cliff. And I'm like, guys, you have to turn to go down the path. Like, there's a cliff in front of you. And they're like, fuck you. Like they're yelling at each other. And I'm like, guys, there's a cliff. And all you hear is, holy fuck. And the wagon goes straight up in the air. And the horses come down. And it crushes my buddy Nate. Just flattens them all. Kills both their horses. The wagon's all smashed. And I got the whole thing. It was fucking fantastic. A little Red Dead Online action for you.
All right, we're running out of time here, so I'm just going to kind of brush through this last story. Fallout 76 will not be available on Steam at launch.
Well, that solves it. We're not playing it.
Well, no, we're not playing it on Steam anyway.
Friggin' PC.
It will be available through the
Bethesda.net or Bethesda.net or whatever you want to call it.
Now, what's interesting about this seems to be like a trend that's going on that they don't want to give the commission to Steam, and everyone has their own launcher now. On PC.
Oh, yeah.
Makes sense, though.
And Discord, I think, is either it does or will have a store.
They have a beta store up. In Canada only, actually, surprisingly.
Holy
shit. It's a Canadian exclusive beta.
The only positive I can see for this, though, is that Steam definitely needs a competitor.
I will say they sit stagnant a lot. And they just kind of like, meh, you know.
Yeah, so I don't like that it's fragmented across 10 other different launchers.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
But I'm happy to see Steam get some pressure put on them.
I wonder if they're gonna.
You can manually add the games to Steam.
Yes.
So if you want it all in one, or you can manually add them, but if you wanted to do,
but it's where it's purchased that kind of matters to Steam. So
you can even launch for the Xbox app.
Yep.
God damn, there's just too much. There's too many ways to launch a game on friggin' PC. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's weird, man.
Now, this doesn't mean it won't eventually come to Steam, because the Fallout Shelter came to Steam eventually.
People were saying that it's because they want the Creation Club money. So that's interesting.
But I'm guessing the initial rush of sales is usually when the game launches.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll probably just do a soft launch on Steam, and then
just at random, they'll just be like, now on Steam.
Once they've made the most of the money they can out of the game, they'll launch it on Steam. You know.
Is there a benefit for them doing that?
2 launches.
No, but is there a benefit? Do you think that some people are going to be like, nope, not downloading Bethesda?
No.
I wonder if Microsoft still has their dumb post-release edition rule. For the longest time during the 360, you could not release a game on Xbox.
Oh, that's right.
After it was already released on another console, if it wasn't a different edition. So it was like It was like it had to be packaged with something else, or it had to be like a
think-
new version of the game.
No, I'm pretty sure they got rid of that because Hellblade launched like a year later
Okay.
on Xbox.
Yeah, it was like
and it wasn't a new version.
That's
it was
super
just-
interesting though. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
it was just like Xbox's way of making sure they got stuff as with Sony.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, but it was like, oh, you already
That only makes sense when they're in the lead, though.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a perfect segue to my query corner, which I'm
All right, Matt, take us away
which I wrote down as the philosophical corner, by the way.
with your S Pen on your
No, it's not an S
Your
Pen. There's no pen.
lock screen.
There's
notes.
no pen. It's an S8 Plus. All right, I got the philosophical corner. So this is the old classic. I'm just gonna paraphrase some of my points
The
here.
old classic.
The old classic. Now, 1 second here. The old classic Sony versus Microsoft or PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One philosophical corner.
Okay.
However, what I've written down here is regarding specifically this particular landscape. Sony rocketed to the top of their console sales, but now that like their sales have plateaued, they're like sitting stagnant. And meanwhile, Xbox is gathering up all of these like partners like EA Access. They have Game Pass, which is their own. They have like programs like Xbox Play Anywhere. They also have Windows 10, which is a massive install base and plugs into the Xbox Play Anywhere program, as well as has other hardware and like the Surface and all that stuff. And what's really strange is that Sony has had hardware this entire time, so like TVs and whatever else, and they don't seem to try to leverage any of that, or at least not much.
I've always found that odd. Why isn't there a TV that says this is the best one for PS4?
That's the thing. But with Xbox or with Microsoft, they just recently got into stuff with like the Surface line and with
I really want a Surface.
with the Surface line in general, so Surface Studio and that type of thing, as well as obviously the Xbox. But other than the console, I mean. But they seem to be using it. They got the Xbox app all plugged in there. They got the Xbox app on phones, even though their phones failed. They're all over the place. So Xbox is really leveraging
Right.
like a hardware install base. And what's really weird is that in the last generation, so right now PS4 is winning, right? In the last generation, PS3 stole the show at the end of the gen, and
Yeah.
then PS4 and the next gen rocketed out. Meanwhile, this gen is flipped. But are we going to see, since Xbox is putting so much like work into it, are we going to see Xbox take the next generation? Because they are bubbling up now with all these services.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the actual question would be why are these companies, or why is Sony, I should say, sitting stagnant with things like crossplay and not taking advantage of programs such as EA Access and things like Game Pass, which they kind of are, but I'm sure we'll talk about that. And also, do you think that Xbox is going to steal the show with things like crossplay and their programs, like I said?
I think I explained this to you before. I think that Sony is going to hold out on the crossplay until next gen. So since they're still making sales,
Yeah.
and they released like a number. I forget what the number was. It was like 80 million PS4s have been sold now.
Right.
Okay, which is a lot. And I think since they're in the lead, they're just going to ride this lead until the end. Okay.
Do you not think that that's bad for them?
No, because they're still getting sales and people are still playing games on their console.
Would you say that this is what Xbox 360 did? They got a
probably.
whole bunch of sales, and then they released different iterations of the hardware, but they essentially sat stagnant.
See,
Meanwhile,
but
the instant game collection, which is I assume is the thing that really overtook.
well, the Sony first party studios were banging on all cylinders at the end there, though.
But yes, but now Microsoft. Look what Microsoft just did. They at E3 they announced a whole a massive push into like making titles. They
But
bought a whole bunch of companies.
a lot of those games won't be ready until next gen.
We Happy Few released yesterday.
Yes, but
Or
that
maybe
was
today, something
already
like
in production for the last 3 years.
Yeah, that was announced like 3 or 4 years ago.
But even still, that's still a Microsoft title.
But what I'm saying is, like, they bought Ninja's Theory.
Right.
They just
That's
finished.
not a Microsoft title. It's coming to the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, is it actually?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't know that. Okay.
So they just bought Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory just finished up Hellblade.
Right.
It's going to take them 3 years to make their next game.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I think a lot of those studios it's going to take them till next gen.
But we got Gears of War.
They've had that first party studio for a while though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're. But well, right there, then that points to they're gonna probably if we have a new console gen, they're gonna have a stronger lineup, I assume, at launch.
But here's what I would do if I was Sony. I would do what they're doing, just ride this generation out,
Right.
and then get all the same deals with the other studios well, not the studios, but like EA Access and stuff like that
Right.
for next gen.
Now
Because Microsoft got all those deals, they're trying to increase the value proposition of the Xbox
of course, yeah.
to make you buy it,
yeah.
and they're doing that because they're in second.
Right.
So if PlayStation comes in next gen with all the same services and features
Yeah.
as Xbox, they'll stay on top.
I have something about this actually. So I just wrote down a really brief point where if we assume, so we know that like the console sales on PS4 are basically plateaued, right? Because more or less, like the big burst is gone, the big incline is
And
gone.
they even said that it's reaching its peak.
That's what I
right?
mean. So like let's assume here that it's plateaued, and let's assume that Xbox is also plateaued. Well, what is Sony getting from souring their reputation? Xbox soured their reputation, and they sat stagnant, and they soured their reputation during the launch event of the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Whereas Sony they're not doing it in the same order, but they're souring their reputation by not playing along with crossplay, and they've already got the console sales. No one's gonna jump ship if Sony keeps up the good reputation. Sony stole this gen by having a good rep. Why are they so blind? They already got the sales. If it's plateauing, what are you doing?
So what do you want to see from Sony?
Sony should crossplay, I think, is the main thing.
I think that will come next gen.
I don't think that's going to help them. I think it might help them a little bit. I think it's going to sour them. I think it's going to hurt them. Because I guarantee you, EA Access is going to be.
It's going to hurt them to do it later, or it's going to hurt them to do it at all?
It's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them to do it later. They should do it now, because they're souring their reputation, and Microsoft's all lovey-dovey right now, and they have like this massive install base. Like, look at Sea of Thieves. We want to play Sea of Thieves. You don't have an Xbox. Ryan and I could boot it up tomorrow. We could start up our Game Pass trial.
Yeah.
Boot it up. You could start up your Game Pass trial. Boot it up on a PC. You could play with us. We could be in a party, for Christ's sake. Look at Sony. Oh, I gotta get my PlayStation out.
But Sony launching a Game Pass thing is pretty easy. They could do it now if they wanted to. They could do it at the start of next gen.
But any first gen product is bad.
But this is literally just you downloading games. It's not a product they have to generate.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Xbox is generating the deals. They're getting used to how to negotiate with companies.
With third parties, sure.
Absolutely, that's huge. Could you imagine? Imagine Netflix. Could you imagine another Netflix coming out?
But Sony
like Show Me came out and didn't have the titles.
But Sony
it's easy. It's just a streaming service. But we don't have any of the licenses.
Sony has experience negotiating with the companies they've been negotiating with for the past 20 years. It's not.
Not for this though. Not for this though. As software develops, it will inherently get better.
Yeah.
So how can you say that the first version of a Sony Game Pass is going to be as good as an Xbox Game Pass?
Because all the Game Pass is access to games on the library.
Yeah, but what if Microsoft
that's not a product. It's not something you have to develop. It's literally just contracts.
What if Microsoft has 300 games by the time Sony releases their first 100?
Yeah.
And then Sony's like, by the way, we have crossplay. And everyone goes, okay, cool. We're going to go over to Xbox this gen then. Sorry, Sony. We'll play with our little leftover Sony buddies on our Xboxes, because Xbox is a better value proposition at launch.
Potentially, yeah.
That's going to hurt them. They're going to start at Gen 1 on the new gen. Xbox and Microsoft is establishing backwards compatibility, Xbox Game Pass. They get the relationships now with EA. They get the relationships with Bethesda. You don't see Bethesda releasing special things on PlayStation. Was it TV? What's it called?
Now
PlayStation Now. You see them releasing it on Xbox Game Pass. QuakeCon, Rage is now on Game Pass. Doom is now on Game Pass.
Yeah.
They have a relationship with Bethesda.
Yeah.
If Sony shows up and goes, "Hey guys, we want to have a relationship," what if there's an exclusivity deal?
Rage or Rage 2's on Game Pass?
Rage just came out on Game Pass today. Major Nelson was tweeting about it. Because QuakeCon's on right now.
We also don't know if they're already setting up deals. The next gen's not until like 2 or 3 years.
So we assume.
Yeah.
But it
so we don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
But wouldn't you agree that it's souring the relationship they had? They were all about get more games and use the discs and don't have DRM and don't be connected. And now Sony's like, no, stay on mine. That's what Microsoft was doing with Don Matrick. No, stay online. Go on Xbox Live. Use Xbox Live. Stay online. I don't want you to steal stuff. I don't want you to borrow things. I mean, they didn't literally say those things, but that's the impression people were getting. and it hurt them. It killed them. Now Sony's doing it, essentially. They're not saying it directly. If you were able to...
I think the difference here was that Xbox was literally taking away features that you were used to in the last generation. This isn't taking away features. This is just not having them at launch.
That's not good.
It's not good, but it's a completely different scenario. Is
the consumer going to care?
They care in different ways. What I'm saying is, you taking something away from someone hurts more than you simply not having access to it.
That's fair.
So it could damage them, but I don't think it's going to be as damaging as Xbox was when they announced the one.
Another thing, too, is Xbox is experimenting with different ways to monetize and add value.
Yeah.
Sony is just going to start that innovation journey.
Sony might be betting big on streaming because they have hundreds of games on PlayStation now.
But
they could launch.
They could just allow you to download it like Game Pass does. Just
Like,
allow the download
all
option.
they do is just allow you to download it, fixes so many of those fucking problems.
They could have a bunch of PS4 games ready to go come next gen on PlayStation Now. They could possibly have deals with it. They could add a download service to it.
But do you not agree? Okay, let's say there's a surprise announcement and it's coming out this holiday season. Now I know we just talked about all the games coming up, but let's ignore that for a moment. And let's just say we're each going to purchase one console this holiday season. If Xbox has a better value proposition day one and Sony opens up crossplay, which one as a consumer are you going to go to?
Well, me personally, I very much prefer Sony's first-party titles.
Okay.
So
what are you gonna do?
Sony could not offer anything different than this gen, and I will still have a PlayStation.
So you're there for the first party.
Yeah.
What about you, Adriano?
What's the status of crossplay?
The status of crossplay is Sony is allowing it, and like Xbox is on board still.
I'm
So is
getting
Nintendo.
an Xbox.
So get it? And same here. Because I have Windows 10.
I'm in the Microsoft ecosystem. Makes sense. Not to mention, I prefer that controller
Right.
over the PlayStation one.
The friggin'
I love that controller.
Xbox
Look at
plugs
that.
into Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Xbox has the relationships. What is Sony doing?
I think Microsoft's just a more mature studio that works in other fields that's not just...
I'm not saying Sony's doing bad, like to be
Well,
clear.
no, they are. I think they are.
But they're sitting stagnant. That's the issue.
Even when I look at the Xbox dashboard, right, it just looks like a higher quality device.
And they updated a lot.
It seems more modern to me, you know.
Yeah.
And it does have a lot more value to it, I think.
That's lag, man.
I just don't care for Xbox's first party titles.
I really want to play the new Forza.
There you go. Well, that's the thing, right? Is like those first party titles are keeping you in.
Yeah.
But if those first party titles were not on there, like let's ignore the first party titles. If that's your only argument, would you get an Xbox? Or are you going to stay loyal to Sony?
I'd probably get an Xbox. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at that. Like it's so easy to tip somebody. Like the first party titles aren't easy to make. I'm not trying to say that, but
if first party titles didn't exist, yeah, because then there's no reason to get a PlayStation. There's no other value there.
what are they doing? They got to step it up, man. They're gonna get hurt. They're gonna get beat to shit. The scary thing is what they're doing, and I understand it, is they're probably, I assume, scared because Sony itself is not doing well, and PlayStation is. So they're scared to move and change what they're doing because it might hurt their bottom line.
They don't want to hurt PlayStation because it's the only thing profitable for them.
But the thing is they got that profit by moving in a direction that was away from their competitors in a way that the consumer wanted. And people are like begging them to allow like people to play together on Fortnite, and they're just not doing it. Like, what are you guys doing? They have that V-Bucks system already in place. I have over 1,000 V-Bucks on the PlayStation. I only have 800 on the phone.
Right.
They already got that thing we were discussing in place.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing? If you want to keep that in place, fair enough. Okay, I bought it on your platform. There's the commission there, whatever. For whatever reason, fair enough. But I should be able to still play with Adriano on the PC. I mean, I can't do that, actually. But I should be able to play
Right.
with you on your Xbox, let's say, if I'm on the PlayStation. What's going on here? I agree that Xbox did it first because they wanted the value proposition. But PlayStation 3 did the instant game collection because they wanted the value proposition.
Yeah.
What the heck are they doing? They only won because they were on the move, and now they're sitting there.
The only thing I don't think they're going to do anything in the next couple of years. I don't think they're going to add anything to the PlayStation next couple of years.
Damn it.
I don't think
Damn them.
But I don't think it's worth it to invest money in the PlayStation right now. They're in their production line. They're probably all focusing on PS5 right now.
But wouldn't you want to entice people to like, well, maybe not necessarily crossplay, but wouldn't you want to entice people to use your service, which we assume is going to be on the PS5?
Maybe they're
PlayStation
complacent.
Now?
Maybe they think they're on top and they think they're just going to win next gen because they're already on top.
That's not good. They're going to get their ass kicked. I can join a freaking party from my phone or the Xbox. Like if I was on a trip and you guys were playing, I could just jump in, have a chat, and then pop out and leave. What's going? I had to use my Vita for that on the PlayStation.
Right.
Like what the fuck's going on here? And look at the Vita. That rated really well. And they didn't leverage the PS TV.
I wonder if the problem is that Sony isn't really like a software company.
Be like Microsoft. Microsoft wasn't a hardware company, and then they released the hardware and they're kicking ass now.
But I think it might be easier to get into hardware than it is software.
Mm-hmm.
It may be easier to get into hardware.
If you're so, it'd probably be easier for Sony. It'd be easier for Sony to get into. Sorry, it'd be easier for Microsoft to get into hardware than it is for Sony to get into software.
Well, here's something. Why doesn't Sony have the best gaming phone? There's ROG phones now. The Note 9 is all about gaming. Why doesn't Sony Xperia have a PlayStation 1? Why didn't they push
Something
They,
happened.
what are they
they
doing?
did though, didn't they?
They
had
did
it-
have one way back.
Something happened to Sony, and all their stuff became almost like a laughing stock. You know what I mean?
Sony laptops. My brother had one. It sucked
Vio?
ass.
The
Yeah, it
Vios?
fucking sucked ass.
Vio should have had fucking PlayStation streaming before anything. It should have been an exclusive.
I remember thinking.
Yeah, but that was an era when they weren't even really thinking about that. They still
That's fair, actually.
That was like a 2006, 2007 era where it's like, oh, we're still very clearly two
like we're
separate-
not internet plugged in yet.
Yeah.
I remember thinking Sony used to be like a high end brand, but now I just look at them and kind of like
Like, what are you doing?
there's nothing
Making
high end
fucking
about
Venom.
them. Yeah.
I don't think I have any. I mean, with the exception of PlayStation stuff and maybe the odd electronic here or there, I don't think I have anything else at Sony.
Pretty much to sum up, I would rather have an Xbox over a PlayStation.
If we all had Xbox, it'd be awesome.
Exactly. If you guys said tomorrow, the majority of people on my friends list said we're swapping over Xbox, I'd be like, okay, I'm buying an Xbox.
And you know what's fucking hilarious is if Adriano, like if for some reason the Xbox was sold out, he could still play with us on some titles from his computer.
Yeah.
yeah.
See, it doesn't really matter to me because I plan on always having an Xbox and a PS4 or a PlayStation console. So, I mean, I don't care where you guys go.
I
just,
almost fucking bought a 2DS XL the other day.
I got one of them.
I was holding one in EB. I'm like, I kind of just want to buy this. It's $200.
I like them for sure. I think I pay a little more because I got the Pokemon one, but yeah, they're pretty nice.
Yeah.
All right, we're over time.
Well, that's what the philosophical corner does to you. Sony, step it up.
Man,
Yeah, for sure. I would because I'm still a Sony fan, so I would like to see them step it up.
What really sucks is like even the game management, like you were saying, just as a final point.
Everything on there doesn't feel good to me.
You know,
the PS4.
Yeah, it
Fucking-
doesn't
it's
feel good to
fine,
use.
Yeah.
you know how you can have EA access, but I had Battlefield 1 and I bought the CD back in the day. Battlefield 1 because I installed it from the disc or whatever. Battlefield 1 is now in the vault. I can just play it. There's a whole game management system on Xbox that's passive. I forgot. I was like, oh shit, I have the disc for this? And it's because I have EA access. Like, what's going on here?
You know what would have been great if Sony didn't license them the Blu-ray player. That would have been so good.
I think that
Here's
that
Gears of
them.
War. Gears of War on 17 discs.
That would have hurt them.
It
though.
would have been like 3 tops.
Gears of War is like 90 gigs or something.
Yeah, but the Xbox DVDs were not standard DVDs. They were custom high. Like they were high, it was like they were 22 to 25 gigs each.
You know what they would do? They would revive HD DVD and they would dual layer it.
Oh my god.
They,
But then
they,
it
they
would
would
just be a
they
play-
wouldn't call it HD DVD.
No,
No,
I know.
no.
They
but
would
they would
literally
do
just
that
be
tech.
like that format would be the Xbox One. They wouldn't even
Or just go all digital at that point.
that. Yeah, that's
But that would hurt them back then
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they already had that online
What
scandal
was that?
thing.
2013.
All right, signing off. We stream on Wednesdays sometimes.
Thanks for waving and saying that. Why are you waving?
We stream sometimes on.
Sometimes on Wednesdays. Seems like I'm busy on Wednesdays a lot of the time, so it sucks. I should just leave the capture card at your house and you can just stream whenever you want.
And you should also you shouldn't just wave to the people who can't see us.
See ya.
Peace.